Whenever I tried to walk toward the gate of the mansion, the anklet would become searing hot, burning into my flesh until I collapsed in agony. I was a prisoner, bound by gold and blood. Tunde no longer pretended to love me. He barely spoke to me, spending all his time with the council, a group of elderly men who arrived in expensive cars at midnight and left before dawn. I realized that the anklet was a spiritual tracker, a leash that tied my soul to the house. I was the live deposit for Tunde's next 7 years of wealth. My life was being measured in car parts, real estate, and bank balances. Suspicion turned into a desperate search for proof. One afternoon, Mama Agnes went to the village market and Tunde was away on a business trip to Abuja. I knew this was my only chance. Using a hairpin and the desperation of a dying woman, I picked the lock to Tunde's private study in the East Wing. The room was a library of darkness. There were books bound in what looked like human skin and jars containing things I refused to identify. But on the desk sat a heavy leather-bound ledger. I opened it. My breath hitched. It was a record of sacrifice. 1992. Sister's sight for the first contract. Result: permanent blindness, 50 million naira profit. 2005. First wife's womb for the oil block. Result: hysterectomy, 500 million naira profit. 2018. Second wife's voice for the overseas investment. Result: permanent mutism, 1 billion naira profit. And then the latest entry. 2026. Fumi. Target: the heart. Purpose: eternal grace renewal and immortality. Date: the new moon. Tears of hot rage and terror blurred my vision. I wasn't his wife. I was a commodity. I looked at the photos of the women in the house and realized they weren't ancestors. They were the previous renewals. They were the women who had died or been mutilated so Tunde could wear designer suits and drive Range Rovers. I grabbed the ledger, intending to run, but the door behind me creaked open. Mama Agnes stood there, her face a mask of cold, inhuman jealousy. You were always too curious for me. But it doesn't matter. The anklet has already drank enough of your essence. You're already half dead. Why not make it easy for my son? The realization that my life was a scheduled harvest left me paralyzed. But the human instinct to survive is a stubborn flame. I knew I couldn't